Hey y'all, it's Lexi, and we are excited for you guys to join us for another episode of The Legacy.
Hey.
Well, we are still rocking out with some special guests, but before we get into the guests, let me introduce my lovely co-host.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It is Kia, your favorite inspirationalist. I should definitely be your favorite now. Like
By this point,
we a lot of shows in. If I'm not your favorite, we got a problem. We got Jasmine, who's missing. They probably like, where is Jasmine?
Yeah, Jasmine is still a little under the weather.
Where is Jasmine? The what? The one and only.
The one and only.
Where is the real host?
The Jasmine.
Where's the queen?
The real host, because we was the co-host. We keep going back to that.
Where's the queen?
We keeping Jasmine in our prayers, though, as she try to get her body right. She's working on her winter body, y'all.
Yes, y'all know that takes time.
Takes time. So, let me introduce our special guests for this evening. We're gonna talk some finance, some stuff. I have here with us Mr.
Moussa Doumbouya.
And Moussa, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, what you're into,
Well,
who you marrying.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
So my name is Moussa Doumbouya, and I'm a Mount Airy African.
Wow. A Mount Airy African.
Mount Airy African. You
have to explain about Airy African. I might want to get in on the group.
So,
is that a Facebook group?
Right.
So, my dad was born in West Africa in Guinea. I grew up here in Mount Airy.
Okay.
So when I went over to Guinea to visit, so I opened my mouth, they didn't know the difference.
Wow. Now, I've heard, is there a large, I don't know, is it called Guinea? Is that like...
Ghanaian
community, and is it West Philly or where
yes.
else is it in the
definitely in West Philly. My father actually started the Ghanaian Association of Philadelphia and kind of brought the Ghanaians together. For that, everybody's in the little sections and stuff like that.
So, do you know a lot of people in the community?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
You probably know a few people at my job are in the Tamigan Ghanaian. Am I saying? I want to say it right. Ghanaian community. Yeah, we might have to talk about that and
that's decent.
Share some names and see if we know some of the same people.
Do some networking.
Absolutely. Cool.
Yeah, there's more Moussas than most people realize.
Oh.
So what is that the equivalent of, like, Michael, Dan or Mike or John?
William,
Bill.
Like a common name.
Yeah, is that a common name?
It's more like Moses, because Moussa is actually Arabic for Moses.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's not all that common, but I'm sure in the Hispanic communities, there's more, more religious names.
So
Moses,
Moussa, is that an African name? It is an African name. It's not like a Hispanic name.
It derives Moussa itself is an Arabic name.
Is an Arabic name.
Arabic name.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right. Well,
I know more about you than I ever knew.
Yeah. But I'm actually a business analyst.
Okay.
I'm for an insurance company. I'm a realtor. Ooh. And also I'm a property investor as well as a landlord. So I do a few things.
Couple streams of income. Yeah, well, I can't wait to start this conversation. See how I could get in and get on.
Get my bank account up.
Yeah.
Well, before we dig into our conversation, I have a did you know? I won't say girl and guy. Did you know? Girl and guy.
Moussa, did you know?
Moussa and Kia, did you know? So I'm reading this article on Facebook, and I don't know if you guys heard about it. Did you hear about the young white teenager in Los Angeles who decided to leave his comfy lifestyle, join a gang? Then when he joined the gang, he became the getaway driver or the driver for some crime, which turned into the other assailants killing someone. But then when they got caught, he decided to withdraw himself from his gang, interest. Mm-hmm. And to that end, he actually was dismissed of charges. His charges were dismissed. He was freed and cleared.
What?
Of all accusations. Yep. So Cameron.
So wait, this is on Facebook. You said this is on Facebook.
It's on Facebook. Okay. So it says, meet Cameron Sorrell, 18-year-old wealthy white male who left his $1 million neighborhood and $2 million home to join a Crip gang in South LA. He drove himself and 2 other gang members in his father's luxury Mercedes-Benz to a rival gang territory to do a drive-by.
Oh.
After spotting a young black male, because there's a casualty of this war.
Okay.
Justin Holmes standing outside, Cameron and his 2 gang buddies decided to kill him.
What?
Cameron is not in jail like the other 2 young black males who committed this crime with him. Cameron was acquitted because they said he was just fascinated with the gang life he read books on and wanted to see what it was all about.
Wow.
So they let him off the hook because of the fact he said that he was just interested. He really didn't want to be in the gang. He was just trying to test gang out.
Test gang out.
Yeah. So now on top of that, we have 2 men who are in jail, 2 young black men.
Right.
1 young black man who is dead based on Cameron Terrell's research study.
Right.
What y'all think about that?
Well, one, I did not know anything about that, and I'm almost lost for words. I'm trying to go to my Facebook and get more information because I'm like, how is this even possible?
Yeah, so it's one of those things. Moussa was, especially representing the black male population. Give us some insight, some feedback on this type of story.
Well, I definitely feel that is accessory to murder. Whenever you're participating, especially when you're the driver. When things like this happen, in 99% of the cases, people are incarcerated. I really feel as though if the shoe was on the foot and if there was a black male that was participant or...
Well, there is a black male.
They're in jail, right?
If the roles were reversed, I think that they probably would have found that the one black male... turns out to be their leader, even if he met him an hour ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
because that's just the way that things are portrayed. And
I've heard of stories like that. Like you link up with people, and then for the black person involved, especially male or female, but they go down with the ship just like everybody else.
Just like everybody else, yeah.
So it's unfortunate because this story continues to kind of, and I'm going to bring this full circle for us. It's a very unfortunate event. We keep these families in prayer.
Yeah.
But what it reminds us of is why it's so important for us to give our young men another option.
Absolutely.
Which segues into our conversation tonight, which is actually on multi-level living.
Yes.
Right?
Multi-level
living. Doesn't that sound
I
fancy?
like that, yeah.
Multi-level living. So we've all heard of like multi-level marketing and things like that. But tonight, I want us to talk about leveling up. And I was reading an article or Facebook post. I don't know. I'm with the girls that was here before. I'm trying to get my social media game up.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking about, how you talked about LeBron starting a school on the last episode.
Yes.
And I'm thinking about all these ways we need to give options. I'm thinking about the CHAMP program that Milestone does, the work that you're doing in the community with young girls.
Yeah.
Moussa, the work that you're kind of connecting on the community. And I'm like, we have to teach our kids, our youth, about the importance of multiple streams of income. So like sitting around this table today, we got our sound engineer, we got Kia, we got Moussa, and myself, all of us with our day jobs.
Right.
And then our additional income streams. So the article that I was reading that says, gone are the days we no longer have the luxury of just having a single income stream.
Yeah.
Not even just to survive, just to make it.
Just to make it.
Like literally
right.
just
We
to
almost
make
need a
it.
second income out of necessity. Like you need your first job, you now need a second job.
Exactly.
Woo.
It's not enough. So
Wow.
that's what I want our conversation to be about
that's pretty deep.
today. Like let's what do y'all think about
That's pretty
that?
deep.
Do you agree?
Well, you know what's funny? As you're talking about this, I'm thinking about kind of the side hustles that I've even attempted to start, right? So when I was 20 years old, I remember 21 actually. Me and Jazz, we went to Atlanta for my birthday, and I remember going down there, and there wasn't any water ice places. Like there weren't any Ritas down there. I don't know if it's Ritas down there now. I'm not going. Well, I'm gonna tell my age. I'll be 35 in 18 days. So I was 21, and I remember I came back and I had like reached out to like a water ice company. Like I really wanted to start my own water ice. For some reason, I always had in my mind that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And the other thing that I did, which was really funny, is I would sew these pillows. I would make these handmade pillows, and people at my job, I work for an insurance company too, they would give me like photos of their family or their friends, and I would make like photo pillows.
Oh, that's cute.
Wow.
It was.
Look at you, Shutterfly.
Now I'm thinking, you know, it's almost like a lot of times we have these really great ideas of starting something. I didn't have the business skills or knowledge, but I had the passion and I had the desire. So I think for me, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm skilled and knowledgeable in anything that I'm starting. And the stream of income that we're trying to build up is real estate. So I've taken my real estate class. I'm getting ready to take the exam. And Moussa and I, before we started recording, have talked a little bit about that. And maybe we'll share some of that with the audience. But I think a lot of it is just educating ourselves aside from what the school system is offering. And that's what we was telling the girls.
Yep.
The way to learn is not just what they teach you in school, you know, and even when they go to school, sometimes depending on where they go, half of them aren't learning or obtaining anything of good use, you know, to make a living for themselves. So that's one of the things that we're, you know, me and Shire are getting into is trying to build wealth other ways other than the 9 to 5.
And that's the goal. So Moussa, you mentioned several different. And just for you guys, the audience, he didn't say it when I asked him, but Moussa is my fiance.
Woo! Boot up.
Right. Boot up. Multiple streams of income are important. Okay?
To her.
Right. Multiple streams
it's a requirement.
I'm not just working for myself, guys.
Right. See? Yeah. Right.
We got this kid, these houses.
Talk about it.
But talk about it. Like, talk about what got you started, and then like where you're trying
What's
to
keeping
go.
you going?
Like, let's get it.
Well, I've come from a family of entrepreneurs. My mom worked in early childhood education, going from home daycare to daycare centers to director in daycare environment. My father's had multiple companies from exporting clothes to Africa and opening up stores to gold refinery, which was my first job when I was about 12 years old on Jewelers Row. He bought a location where literally we melt down all the broken gold. So I'm 43. So during this is the time when people had the rope chains and the big earrings and the herringbones would kink up. So when that would happen, people would have to trade in their gold. They would go to us.
Wow.
And they melt it down and we sell it back to the jeweler. And that was actually my first job.
Wow.
So, you know, entrepreneurism it's in my blood.
So how many do you have siblings? Was it you and just your mom and dad or?
Well, it's me and my sister and my brother. My brother is 7 years younger than I am.
Okay.
And my sister is about a year and a half under me.
Okay.
So it's the 5 of us.
Okay.
You know, growing up in Mount Airy.
Growing up Doumbouya.
Growing up Doumbouya, Mount Airy African and stuff. My dad, he's the official. So my dad's actually from West Africa. My mom is from Mississippi. They met on the job.
Oh, your mom is from Mississippi.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So do you think, was your dad, like, did he have that mindset of, like, just that unconventional mindset of building wealth on his own because there were no options for him, say, you know, the conventional way to 9 to 5? Or did he just come here and, like, I'm just going to do my own thing? You know, like, was he forced into entrepreneurship, I guess is my question.
Well, my father has been in computers since the 60s. So he actually graduated from Wharton School of Business, University of Pennsylvania. So he's been in computers since the onset. Okay. So his frame of mind is whenever he wants to get something, wants to do something, he creates a business.
Gotcha.
If my mom wanted a bigger house, he created a business to do it. Whether it's a cleaning company, whether it's selling computers, different things. Whenever he wants something,
he creates a business, not go work for somebody.
Yeah.
And not that that's a bad thing. I just want to understand the mindset behind it, right?
Right, and it's very close to the mindsets that I think a lot of people have today because of the different options.
Right. Exactly.
When you think of a person that works for Uber, that's an entrepreneur.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
Uber, Amazon, Lyft, all these different areas.
Even some of the people that do the quote unquote extreme
Freelancing.
couponing and sell things back
That's true.
in different ways.
Yeah.
Do the classes.
That's
Exactly,
true. Yeah.
exactly.
And a lot of the things that we're talking about are not what the school is saying. Oh, you want to be an Uber driver, or oh, you want to go, do the coupon thing. Oh, like there's not a pathway that they're setting up for that, and some kids just get lost.
They get
and
lost.
they just have that one way of thinking, and I just think we just need to start opening our mind up, like your father had. Create